Hello, and welcome to Heretic Theater. This is Grant.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are watching Godzilla, King of the Monsters. It's 1 year since this film was released, and now would be the perfect time to revisit it. Zach, what did you think of King of the Monsters when it first came out?
Okay, so before we start this, I need to make something clear. I'm a Godzilla fan. And I have to make that clear because you're not going to think that by the end of this video. So after the 2014 movie came out and the King Kong movie came out, I was really excited for this film. With the problems as 2014 had, I was hoping that this one would fix the problems, that we can really get a really good American-made Godzilla movie. This is not that movie. I do not like this movie. There are a lot of things that I hate about this movie that I will definitely make clear as we watch it here. But it's not my favorite Godzilla movie, that's for sure. What about you?
As for me, I think it is the worst Godzilla movie of all time. I think it's terrible. It's like a 2 out of 10 at best. And really just nothing about it worked. None of the acting was good or directing, and the writing especially sucks for me. And I'm sure we'll get more into that as we watch it.
Oh boy, here we go.
Alright, we're gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. If there's one thing I can say about this movie is that the effects, at the very least, look passable. But the cinematography is absolutely terrible. You'll see when the shots come up. It's terrible.
Yeah, there's a big difference between graphics and visuals.
Yeah.
Just to try and start off on a high note, as much as I don't like this movie, there is one thing I will defend about it, and that's the soundtrack. The guy who composed the music is the same guy who composed the recent God of War game soundtrack, and that was amazing too. And I have gone back and listened to the music. This movie has awesome music. At least I think so. It's just a shame it wasn't used for a better film.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Keep this in mind for later, everyone who's watching. Their motivation is that their son was killed by Godzilla.
Right.
So,
a casualty of the war with the Mutos in the first movie.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind for later, because, oh boy, does this come back to bite them in the ass later.
I can't even stand looking at that actress. That's not fair to the actress, but God, that's how bad her character is in this movie. It's
Fun fact,
jarring.
that little girl in the picture is Morgan Stark from Endgame.
Neat. Wait, hold Monarch accountable. How does the public know that Monarch is a thing? I thought they were kind of undercover. At least that was the impression I got in King Kong, that they were not a public organization. They weren't even a well-respected organization.
That's another weird thing. They set up King of the Monsters, but Kong takes place in the past, and this is like present day, or like even the future, maybe, which is weird.
It's kind of like so what? Kong Skull Island took place in during right at the end of the Vietnam War, right? So like the 70s.
Yeah.
So don't you think it's kind of a little weird that the impression that we get from this film is that they haven't really seen an actual monster, at least until Godzilla in 2014, and then they've been around for like 40 years.
Yeah. Well, they've been around for like hundreds of years.
No. Monarch.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown in this movie, obviously they wanted to cast her because, Stranger Things. But I'm gonna be honest, there's some cliches used in here that Stranger Things uses, and I feel like they took the worst lessons from Stranger Things, and they take like all the bad things about Stranger Things and just run with it.
I mean, talked about waste of an actress. This is what the Godzilla movies seem to have a problem with. They get like one really good actor or actress, and either A, they kill them off in the first act, or B, they just completely misuse them.
In my opinion, the only good performance in this movie is from Charles Dance, because he's Tywin Lannister and he's kind of hard not to enjoy. It's kind of like Christopher Lee in Attack of the Clones. It's like the one good part of that movie is his performance, because he's at least enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, even if the movie is bad, these actors do try when they do have screen time, as little as that may be. In the middle of the woods?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that EFAT video you sent me, and it's like,
yeah.
I don't want to tread the ground they did, but
No.
God, this movie's stupid.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to cover what they said, because I remember when this movie came out, he and I had our own like little rant video right after we saw the movie.
Yeah, I don't think I recorded it, but I don't think I have it anymore.
I still have it.
Okay, Did you record it?
I recorded it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's
That's what I said when this movie was starting, and I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong.
Also, they do a terrible job trying to make you buy this connection between Eleven and her mother. Like,
why is Mothra in China?
oh god, when they name her Mothra, it's just like we know it's Mothra. You don't need to say it out loud.
Why is she in China? That's my question. Mothra is supposed to be from in the movie it's called Infant Island, but she's like from like a tropical kind of area. Honestly, she'd be in more places somewhere like Hawaii or something. You know, I don't get why she's in China.
Well, of course, this movie.
I also don't get why Rodan's in Mexico, but whatever.
Oh my gosh! Also, they fucking touch these monsters in this movie, and it's like these things are like. Their whole thing is that they're super radioactive. It's like, you should be fucking dead from getting anywhere near them. Or, like, much less just touching them. And if... Not only should you be dead just from that, you would get, like, cancer just from standing anywhere near them.
Okay, great. I will actually disagree with you on that on this one point, because... the only real radioactive monster is Godzilla.
Is that the thing?
Yeah, Mothra is magical. Everyone else, like, Ghidorah's an alien. He might be radioactive, but it's never...
Wait a minute. They might actually say it in a minute, actually.
Do they say that Mothra is radioactive in this one?
I think they might.
How are they scaring her? They're ants to her. I don't...
Well, and the other thing is, like, I think someone else is doing this, and it's like, why?
Why do you suspect that?
What makes you think that?
Is this a frequent problem? I mean,
has this happened before? Like, why would it not... Like, have you ever worked with this monster before? Why wouldn't it just be that it's a monster and it's just going crazy?
Why don't you expect that Windows 10 just crashed and it needs to reboot? Or, it's like, why is your first thought we're being hacked from the outside? It's like, what?
Yeah, like, why would that be your first
And why is your
assumption?
equipment so crappy that's being hacked by the outside? And obviously we find out later on that it's the mom that's responsible for this. Which is like, yeah, why is she okay with just
But the thing
killing her
is, yeah,
coworkers.
we know they're responsible for it, but why would they assume that, though? That's the problem.
No. The only one who knows is the mom. Everyone else is just like something's not working. Okay, can I say how much I hate the little whale device they have here, and how it makes no sense?
It's so stupid.
Well, so the thing that it's saying, it's like the machine was basically used to wake up the monsters, essentially track them with like some kind of sonar. But as we see later on in this movie, that machine does some crazy fucking shit.
Yeah, I was like, she just dodged. It's like, just a sec. This is so fucking dumb. It's like, just a second ago, officers and like guys with fucking
they were
guns,
getting one-shotted by Mothra.
They were getting one-shotted by Mothra, and Mothra's webbing or whatever it is that's being shot out of her mouth encompassed their entire fucking body, but she can just dodge Mothra's shit by just leaning to the left or the right. That's so fucking dumb.
And they're right in front of her. Why is she doing this so up close to the monster?
Also, yeah, why are you shooting to the left or the right of them? Why don't you just shoot right at them? You were one-shotting them just a second ago.
Also, I like Mothra is color-coded so we can read her emotions like a moodering, instead of like actually expressing emotion on her face. Because she's going blue, that means she's good now, right? I mean, that's what's going on.
So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to say, yeah. I swear to God.
Why would you want to touch it?
Yeah, well, why would you want to touch it? But secondly, I think there was some point where they said she was radioactive.
Okay, so going back to the echolocator thing, whatever. Why are you smiling? She murdered your.
She just murdered like a bunch of guards. Why are you happy?
Okay, but getting into real quick.
Wait, random explosion.
Okay, so
yeah,
whatever. So I'm not sure if you remember, but like in the year leading up to this film, there was a fan theory that like Elle was like some kind of psychic being, someone with ESP, and that she was the thing that was allowing the monsters to be controlled. And at the time, we thought that was kind of stupid. But now I kind of wish that was the case, because at the very least, it would give that character more importance to the plot.
Yeah.
And it would make more sense for her to do certain things that, frankly, this machine should not be able to do.
It turns out what we got was even stupider, you know?
Yeah, okay, saying this, I know this is a little, skipping ahead a little bit, but saying right now, the fact that machine could just turn off Ghidorah's lightning was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And also, they never do it again.
Wait. I have to agree with the judge right there, because it's just like, what do you mean, like, which ones are here to protect us and which are here to save us? I understand that Godzilla is supposed to be like the ipso facto hero of this series,
which is wrong, but whatever.
But yeah, it's like this. That I don't think that's how you should portray him in this series. Like, he's a very destructive creature. Like,
I believe if you want a Godzilla who is a protagonist, the best way to do it is how I think the 90s movies did, and make him a sort of anti-hero where he'll protect the planet, because that's the place where he lives, but he doesn't give a shit about humanity. They're just and they're just in the way.
Right.
You know, if like a giant space alien that's going around trying to blow up the Earth, he'll go and then stop that shit then and there. But if he steps on a few cities along the way, why should he give a shit?
Yeah. Also, yeah, that makes no sense either. That's fucking stupid. It's like, you want Godzilla to be our pet? No, we will be his.
Also,
it's like fucking.
Also,
what?
these Monarch guys are completely incompetent in their jobs. It's like, I get that they know Godzilla is, well, more or less the good guy in this case, But there's no way in hell they're going to convince these people of that. As far as they just saw, these two monsters showed up, starting to beat the shit out of each other, and destroyed a whole city.
Well, and the other thing is, Godzilla is not the good guy here.
Just forgetting the whole good guy thing. It's just from the perspective of the human characters who aren't Monarch, who don't know how the whole balance between the monsters is supposed to work in this universe. They just saw Godzilla destroy a city along with the Mutos, right?
Yeah.
Like, why should they care whether you say they're good or evil? Like, this thing is still responsible for killing millions of people. You know? It's...
Oh, this character... The main
The
character,
dad.
the dad, his
Is
arc...
the dad the main character?
I think so. His arc makes absolutely no sense at all, and it's really stupid.
He had an arc?
Well,
I didn't even know he had an arc.
They try. They try.
Do they really? Do they try? I don't think they tried very hard when it came to the human plot.
Yeah, they didn't try that hard, but they do try to do this thing where he forgives Godzilla, and they fail miserably. It's like the Jin Urso effect.
Okay,
By the way, that does look like the fucking Avengers Endgame cabin. It really does.
It's probably just the same building they rented for filming.
That's what.
And used the exact same shots they did in Avengers.
That is what I'm thinking.
I mean, it's a pretty common thing for like different movie producers to use same locations for filming, but they should at least try to like use different shots or something to try to make it look different. But I don't think they put any effort into hiding it here, if it is the same damn house.
Yeah, it might not be the same house, but it sure does look like it. At least that's what I think. But yeah, like the main character. It's the Jin Urso effect, where it's like in Rogue One, when the rebellion destroys the balcony with her dad on it and kills him, that realistically should turn her away from the rebellion even more. But instead, she's just like, I want to fight for you guys now, which makes absolutely no sense. That's kind of like what they do with the main character in this movie.
You may disagree with what I'm about to say, but I kind of wish they brought back the soldier dude from Godzilla 2014. If I know he was a very nothing protagonist, but at the very least, I think if they brought that character back for this movie, they can give him some more development in the sequel, because now that he fought monsters, how does he feel about that? How would he react if the government's saying, hey, we want you back, and you have to do another job involving Godzilla? Try to play something up with that? I don't know.
Sure.
At least it would be like development for a pre-established character, as opposed just to introducing a whole nother cast of characters that no one gives a shit about.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with
Also,
that.
I love the scene here where he mentions his drinking problem.
Is it this whole thing with the whole Godzilla being involved with the destruction of his family? Isn't that kind of a retcon from the first one?
Yes, but it's an understandable one because collateral damage happens all the time in monster movies. It's very minor. It's believable, and it doesn't change very much. So I don't think I don't think it's the worst retcon of all time. If that makes any sense.
No,
it's believable enough, so I'm okay with that. And let me say right now, when it comes to a monster movie, wanting revenge on the monster that killed your son is not a bad motivation, but her plan makes no goddamn sense, and we'll get into that later when it comes up. But
we'll get into this later, but the motivation is completely backwards, and there's no through line for the villain in this movie. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah. You know what I think should have been the main character of this movie?
Who?
The Japanese doctor guy. Is his name Serizawa in this movie? That was the. I
think so. Yeah.
I sort of think he should have been the main character, but instead he's just the let them fight guy in this movie. And it's a waste opportunity because there's a scene in this movie with him and what they do later in Godzilla, and it would have been a nice scene if he had like development as a character, but he doesn't. So I felt nothing.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the way about this movie as a whole. I felt nothing because the movie didn't really give a shit, so why should I?
Yeah, exactly. And, like, I mean, why would you just take the most generic guy you could think of and just make him the main character? I don't get it. They did that with that's the same mistake they made with the first Godzilla movie.
It should have been, the main character of that movie should have been Bryan Cranston's character.
Exactly. They take what should have been the main character and they turn them into, like, just nothing. And then they make this other bland nobody character the main one for some reason. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, why? I cannot fathom why anyone would do that. That would be like if in Star Wars they just decided to not make Luke the main character and instead make Biggs the main character or something. Or Wedge.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like, couldn't they at least... If you're going to completely change the protagonist of this story, can you at least make them interesting or likable?
Yeah.
Because I know Godzilla movies aren't known for their human plots, but at least some in those movies, they do at least make an attempt to flesh out their protagonist.
Yeah.
But
also,
here, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's filler until the monsters show up. That's it.
Yeah.
And fuck this dude in the glasses, he's not funny.
Oh, no, he's not funny at all. Also, can I just say, I feel really bad for Sally Hawkins in this movie because she's an exceptional actress and she deserves so much better than this fucking movie offered. She was great in Shape of Water. Like,
everyone needs a paycheck, I guess.
I feel so bad for her. Like, she deserves so much better than this.
We deserve better than this.
Everyone deserves better. Every actor and everyone involved in this movie deserved better.
Yeah, and you know what? To all those people who say this movie is good, we deserve better than this. Like this.
Yeah, to people who actually like it, you deserve better than that.
This is, well, to everyone who is praising this movie, saying it's amazing, whatever. First of all, sorry, you're wrong. Second of all, this is. Let me finish real quick.
Okay,
like this is not the most that we can get out of this franchise. You know, we could be having so much more, but so many people, at least I see on the internet, are so happy with scraps, the scraps of nothing we're getting from these movies, when they should be at least saying, "Hey, you can do better. You can do better." Is it Legendary that's making these movies?
Yeah.
Legendary
and Warner Brothers.
You guys could be doing a lot better.
They could, yes.
Yeah. Now, what were you going to say?
I was just thinking, like, with these movies, like, it's so easy. Like, you just make the human stuff compelling and you shouldn't have so much of it. Like, we do more monster stuff.
Or at the very least, if you're going to have a lot of human stuff, at least make the human stuff interesting. Because this movie has the Star Wars prequel problem of a bunch of people sitting around in a room talking, and none of it's compelling.
Yeah,
none of it's interesting.
It's just all exposition.
Either A, it's stuff we already know about because we saw the previous movies, or B, it's just shit that doesn't matter in the long term anyway because A, it involves the characters we don't give a shit about, or B, it just makes no sense.
Yeah. Also, secondly, the way they're able to track Godzilla is kind of stupid and doesn't make that much sense.
How did they track Godzilla? I forget.
I forgot. They talk about it in a minute before he shows up at this compound thing, but I just remember in the theater thinking that the explanation for how they tracked him was really stupid.
I mean, unless that, I mean, can they just track him by satellite or something. I mean, unless Godzilla is swimming on the bottom of the ocean, he can't be that hard to find. You know? He's a giant radioactive dinosaur. He even glows in the fucking dark, you know? Why do they need some special method of tracking these monsters?
Well, I mean, I don't think you should be able to track Godzilla, period.
I mean, you can track him. Like, I don't think he's hard to find. You just can't do anything. You just can't stop him. Okay, I will say. I will say, I do think that shot's kind of cool.
Well, that shot's
Ghidorah
cool.
in the ice.
But I just wanted to say this too. This is also the dumbest thing. It's like the kid thinks it's so dumb because it's like they think what they're doing is for the greater good. It's like there's no through line that would make anyone think that way. It's like this isn't fucking Thanos and Infinity War here. This is not the same thing whatsoever. How the fuck would you think that this would benefit the world in any way? And I think it's said later by one of the characters. I think it's by Charles Dance's character, where he literally looks at the little girl, not just the little girl, but the mom too, and is just like, "What did you think was going to happen?"
You know what movie I think did the best job of explaining the whole humanity as disease, they should be wiped out thing?
Probably maybe Infinity War?
No.
What?
Kingsman.
I think Infinity War did a little bit better, but
Infinity War did it better, but in terms of explaining why people would think that, they did a good job on that.
But yeah, Kingsman did a good job.
I've seen this story before. So the point is, we've seen this thing before in recent media, and they just I don't even remember the scene. I mean,
we've seen better examples of how, like, you know, humanity is a disease and it needs to be taken care of or whatever.
Yeah. Also, just real quick,
and this scene exists once again. I think it's just reminding the audience he had a son, and he feels upset that he died at the hands of Godzilla. And once again, just keep that in mind for later.
I'm gonna be honest. I forgot that that video of that shot of him watching that little family video was in the movie. So I'll give it a little tiny microcosm of credit.
That's not actually development.
Yeah,
that's just reminding the audience.
Yeah,
that
the point I'm getting is how is this supposed to make the audience sympathize for the death of this person? Because the kid that died, we never see him alive ever. I guess with the exception of that video, but it's only 2 seconds long, and we don't know anything about his character besides yes, he is a kid, and he's the dad.
Well, we also never get any development to care about the dad.
Or the dad, yeah. Like, we don't care about the kid because he's dead for the whole movie, and not once do we get, like, a flashback of who the kid was and how their relationship was. Like, actual insight. Not just say, oh, they used to be so happy together. Look how family we are. It's like, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, like, I'm sorry that your kid's dead, but I can't sympathize with you. Because I don't know who you are or who your kid was. Like, what if I thought your kid was an asshole?
Well, the other thing is, that's like the typical writing trick 101. Is like, let's not put any effort into writing our characters and making the audiences care about them. And instead, let's just give them objects that makes the audience feel sad for them. By saying, like, let's give this character who really has no character whatsoever, let's just give him kids and a wife to worry about. Then the audience will sympathize with him. And that's like the laziest writing trick in the book.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to do that, but you have to flesh out the family in order for the guys to care about. Like, look at Star Wars: New Hope, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Like in I think it was like World War Z or something.
They did the same thing.
World War Z, where it was like, they basically just gave Brad Pitt a family and kids, and that's like all they did. And they basically just expected the audience to sympathize and relate with the main character just because he had a family, and other than that, he had no real character, which is lazy writing. That's basically what they do with this guy in this movie.
Right. Also, like look at Star Wars: A New Hope, right? Like that scene where Luke returns to his house, everything's in smoke, the charred corpses of his aunt and uncle laying on the ground. Do you think that scene would be nearly as impactful if they didn't spend like the first chunk of the movie like showing who Aunt Owen and Aunt Beru were and his relationship to them?
Right.
Like, you know,
exactly.
You got it, and also when you're watching A New Hope for the first time, you don't know that they die. You don't get that impression just watching the movie on your first go. You don't know that they're going to die.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do the whole dead relatives thing as a character motivation, you have to develop the dead relative. Yeah. They need to be just as much as a character as the protagonist, and that's the case. Right. Also, why are you standing so close to the damn glass?
Yeah.
This is fucking Zilla we're talking about. It. The last guy who did that got a blast of radioactivity to the fucking face.
Yeah. Oh, jump scare time. Get ready for a jump scare. Here it comes. I knew this was happening in the theater. It's like, just wait for it. It's dead. There we go.
And it's meaningless because it doesn't...
It's a meaningless jump scare that's just... for no reason... Like...
It's like, yes, Godzilla is scary. We already know that. Get to the point, movie.
Show me his territorial route. Why? Because I want to start a boat tour. Just show me.
Also, yeah, why would he want to do this?
The animal leaves its hunting ground. It's usually because it's threatened by something. From its wolf protection. Gotta go after him. He's looking for something.
So the implication is the reason Godzilla's moving from his usual place in the sea, I guess, is because he's going after Ghidorah. But how does he know that Ghidorah is about to escape the ice?
Well, not only how does he know Ghidorah is about to escape from the ice, but also, why would this dude care? He hates Godzilla. He should want him dead.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that I was talking about earlier in this movie.
Like, shouldn't he also hate Godzilla?
Basically, he goes from a guy whose son is killed by Godzilla to someone who is fighting with Godzilla and thinks that Godzilla should stay around to fight any threats that Earth might have. Yeah. And that makes absolutely no sense for his character because there's no development in this movie to get him to that point. If they actually gave him a character arc and actually showed how he went from this guy who hates Godzilla to being someone who thinks he should stick around, then maybe that could have worked, but they don't do that. They don't put in the legwork.
Or they can do what I wanted them to do and just remove the character, because the whole thing about Godzilla's the good guy, we need to help him, that's Dr. Serizawa's shtick. Yeah. He's the whole, we need balance in the world, let them fight guy. Again, I think he should have been the main character of this, the main human character of this movie, and all the dad really does in this movie is rob him of the limelight. Because they're more or less the same character in terms of what their ideals are and how they what they want to do.
And that's the other thing. It makes no sense that they're the same character. This dude should want Godzilla dead.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been interesting if they had like a difference in perspective, like if the dad actually had a reason for siding with Godzilla or something, even though he should hate him, as opposed to the mom.
But they don't give him a reason.
Well, also, they don't give a reason for the mom to hate Godzilla either, because she doesn't hate Godzilla.
No, yeah, it's like your son was killed by Godzilla, and your goal from that is to just get more of them to bring balance to the world.
You know what they should have done with the mom?
There's no through line in that character development at all.
This would have been so simple to do, but you know what they should have with the mom? The mom joins up with this terrorist organization and just go, I don't care about what you guys want, I just want a monster that can beat Godzilla. I want revenge for my son, I want you to show me where a monster is that I can wake up so he can kill Godzilla and get revenge for my child. And I don't give a shit who gets hurt in the process. That should have been who the character...
That would make more sense.
As kind of cliche as it is, it would have worked.
Yeah.
It would have at least made sense for the plot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it'd be stupid and cliche, but at least it makes sense.
Yeah. It's reason enough to get the whole movie started. And again, why does Godzilla know that Ghidorah is about to break out of the ice?
Yeah, like how can he know that?
Yeah. Maybe it's his spider sense or something.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, one thing if like Ghidorah wakes up first and then Godzilla goes to fight him, but no, Ghidorah's not even awake yet, but Godzilla's already heading his way over.
Also, they're already heading their way. Those soldiers, like why now? Why would you think? I don't even know. Everything in this movie is dumb.
I'm about to piss a lot of people off, but at least in Godzilla Final Wars, the human action scenes there was entertaining, as opposed to the action scenes in this movie involving the humans, where it's just boring, generic Call of Duty shit.
Yeah.
It's not like John Wick, where like they're doing like martial arts, or the choreography is interesting, or something of that regard. It's just people running around shooting, and we're just waiting for the monster to wake up, because we know the monster's going to wake up. Like that's the whole point of the damn movie, so they can fight. So we're just wasting time.
Yeah, it's a huge time waster.
How long is the runtime of this film? Do you remember?
It's 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think.
They could have cut it down to an hour and a half, and it would have been a lot better for me.
Exactly. Like, it takes over 40 minutes before we get to the first fight scene. It's ridiculous.
And I know what some of you were going to say. Oh, but that's how long it took in the older movies. Well, why is it being beholden to the older movies? As much as I love those movies, most of them are really bad.
Yeah.
Like, why wait that long? Why wait that long? It's pointless.
Also, that shot that one sniper had,
just move a little to the right.
Just move to the right and shoot him in the fucking shoulder.
You're a professional sniper trained by the U.S. military. You should know just to move to a slightly different angle.
Well, also, you don't need to shoot him in the head. Just shoot him in the fucking shoulder, and he'd still go down.
In the leg or something. Like, come on. I mean, I know.
Also, yeah, why would this? They also spend no time developing this. It makes no sense why 11 would think that what her mom is doing is okay.
Yeah, how did the mom convince her in the first place?
Later in the movie, she just says, like, you told me...
Although they should all be dead.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone on that walkway should be fucking dead.
Yeah, and also, later in the movie, she was like, you told me you were doing this for Andrew. And it's just like, that was it? That's what she said to convince you that this was okay? It's like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, it would have been so much. It would make so much more sense if you're just like, yeah, I'm going to wake up Ghidorah because I want him to kill Godzilla. I thought that's the only reason I work for Monarch, because I want to find a monster that's big enough to take on Godzilla.
Yeah, that's all you had to do. That would have made much more sense. Like, just simply switch it to she wanted to break Ghidorah out because that was the only thing that could kill Godzilla.
Yeah, she didn't give a shit about the world or anything.
And she didn't care what happened to the rest of the world. That would, I mean, it'd still be kind of cliched and a little dumb, but that would make much more sense,
and it would take a lot less screen time to set up all this shit. It's like it would take like half the time just to say, oh, her kid is dead. I want revenge on Godzilla. So I'm going to go team up with this terrorist group and wake up Ghidorah. 20 minutes at most.
Mm-hmm.
And we can already get to the action.
Yep.
Yeah, why are you hesitating now? Like, why are you so distraught over this, you crazy bitch? Wait a minute. If they can wake up Ghidorah with the sonar, why do they have to blow up the ice? Ghidorah is more than capable of breaking out of his shell.
Yeah.
I always assumed that the reason he was in it is because he was basically in like a coma or something.
Yeah.
Like he was knocked out.
Yeah, you didn't need to... Ghidorah could have broken out of the ice.
So that his entire action sequence was pointless. with all the guns and the shooting. It was pointless. It was a waste of goddamn time. All they had to do was show up to the base, turn on the sonar machine, and just wake him up.
Yeah.
It's pointless fluff that accomplished nothing. I will say, though, the way they wake up Ghidorah in the scene's kind of cool. I'll give it that.
Yes, Warner Brothers has money.
I just wish they'd use that money for a better purpose. Like making better movies.
Every time I hear someone say, like, the action scene looked cool and the effects were cool, and I'm just like, yes, the studio has money.
I would argue, and my argument is, yeah, it would be cool if I could actually fucking see it.
Also, I'm sorry, what is Ghidorah standing on?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this entire scene, I'm just thinking, like, what's he standing on?
I do like how Ghidorah looks in this movie, though. I do like how all the monsters look.
They look... Yeah, that's the thing. There's so much potential here. The monsters look really fucking
like,
cool.
not just in the design, like the mocap and the animation. It's all done really well. There
Ghidorah,
was effort put into this movie. It's just...
Yeah.
It's just the bad outweighs the good in this case.
Ghidorah and especially Rodan look really fucking good.
Yeah, I really like what they did.
Also, why are they shooting fucking bullets at him?
Run!
It's like, run! It's like, what? Why do you think... Are you... Seriously, like, no
fucking
joke,
tank rounds
are you mentally impaired? Are you literally an idiot? These bullets aren't gonna do shit. What are you doing?
I would like to point out, according to a Twitter post based on one of the creators of this movie, the name of the 3 Ghidorah heads from left to right is Itchy, Nee, and Kevin. I'm not making that up. That is an actual thing. That I'm not sure if it was director or whatever who said that, but apparently those are the names for the 3 Ghidorah heads. Itchy, Nee, and Kevin.
Okay, well, I'm not going to acknowledge that, because that's retarded.
It is really stupid. It is really stupid. I do like, though, how each 3 heads kind of have their own, like, little semblances of personality. Like how the middle head is always snapping at the head on the right. It's
also,
little touches like that.
Here's another question.
Yes.
If they could use the sonar machine to wake him up, couldn't they also use it to shut him down if they wanted to?
Yeah. Also, how the hell did she do that?
Like, yeah.
How the hell did she just turn off Ghidorah's lightning?
Yeah, well, the other thing is...
And they also never do that again.
How is... yeah, well, not only do they not ever do that again, but secondly, how is that even possible? How can you wake him up by using a machine, and how can you just shut him down whenever you want to? If you can shut him down whenever you want to, why don't you do that, ever?
This movie's fucking stupid.
And why is Ghidorah using his face to hit the helicopter? Why don't you just use your lightning breath? Like, I hate this movie.
Like, even for Godzilla standards, this movie is really fucking stupid.
And here comes Godzilla, because he just knew. Also, if Godzilla was able to tell that Ghidorah was about to be woken up, but the humans got there before it happened, what took him so long? Was he just waiting? Was he just waiting underwater for this moment to happen?
I guess.
Oh god, what is he standing on? He just came out from under ice. What the fuck is he... What the fuck, dude?
Okay, this is another example I talked about. It's really hard to see what the fuck
that fucking shot. That's fucking cool. That is really fucking cool.
There are some good monster shots, but when they actually start fighting, I can barely tell what's going on. There's so much rain and snow and crap. It's like, how the hell did Kong get this right, but every others didn't? Did they not have time to finish the CG in certain spots, and they try to cover it up with all the weather effects? Because that's the only explanation I can think of why there's so much shit on screen whenever the monsters show up.
Yeah. Yeah, and like...
Also, stop cutting to the human scenes in between the monster fights. We don't care.
Don't cut away to the humans when the monsters are fighting. We don't give a shit about them.
It's like watching like a wrestling match, but every 10 seconds they cut to commercial break. Like, that's fucking annoying.
Or they cut to the people in the audience watching the wrestling match. Like, no one gives a fuck.
We don't care.
We don't care about these people.
We came to see the monsters fight, so let them fucking fight.
We don't...
On the screen.
Yeah, we don't fucking give a shit about these other people.
Why is his breath taking so long to charge? I mean, it's kind of a cool effect, but it kind of takes a while, don't you? And it meant nothing because he just moved out of the way and dodged it.
Also, how does he like... I can't recall him using that very much when he really should.
Yeah, it's kind of like Superman in his heat vision. He doesn't use it as much as he really should.
Wait a minute. He just fell through the surface? What the fuck was he standing on?
I mean, if he fell into the water, then where's the
I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
It's like
he kind of just clipped through the floor.
Well, I was talking about what just happened.
Oh,
Those two characters just died. That was what?
Also, these initials should be nothing to Ghidorah. At most, they should just piss him off.
Yeah.
But also, what was that falling scene with Godzilla? Did he fall?
Oh my god, he should be fucking dead. That was the dumbest... He should be dead 100 times over. How did Godzilla get back up? He just fell through the surface.
What the fuck fell through the surface? He clipped through the floor, Grant.
Yeah,
what did he fall? If he fell into the water, then there was no water splash. What the fuck did he fall down into? The Shadow Realm?
What did he fall into? And also, what the fuck was he standing on? How did he get back up?
And also, they just cut to the end of the fight scene before they actually finish the fight. That's fucking annoying. Like, it's just like they just skipped the second half of the fight. Like, what the hell?
That pisses me off so much. It's like, we don't give a fuck about this fucking dad character. No one gives a shit. No one cares about him.
And again, it wouldn't be such a bad thing for having all these human scenes if they weren't so fucking dull.
And that's
there were like 20 people in this scene, and I don't give a shit about any one of them.
The excuse for the whole ending the fight scene in the middle is like, well, the main character was knocked out, so now that the main character is knocked out, since we're following him, naturally that means we cut to when he wakes up again, right? It's like, no, we don't give a fuck about him. No one cares. No one... That it's not even just him. There isn't a single character in this movie that I give a shit about.
I mean, I will say, it did get a bit tiring in the older films when only the human characters only really existed to give like exposition over the monster fights to explain what's going on. But this is not the solution to that problem. In fact, it's just adding another problem on top of that.
Well, no, they are giving exposition though.
No. What I mean is
they're doing.
You're right. What I mean is that in the older movies, like, have you ever watched an episode of Wrestling Monday Night Raw or anything like that? Or,
yeah, sure.
Yeah, you know how like when there's a match going on, there's like there's two guys on the side like giving what's it like talking over the scene to explain what's going on for the audience.
Yeah.
That's basically what a lot of humans did in the monster movies back in the day. So I don't mind them trying to get more character, but the only result here is just more scenes of people talking about nothing.
Well, that's the other thing. They
don't
fix that problem.
They made a worse problem because at least they're talking about.
We need to.
Here is the part. Here's the part where I lost all hope for this fucking film. right here.
This is the scene that absolutely tanked whatever this movie had left.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. That's what we're fucking thinking.
I laughed.
Save the world! What? What?
We laughed out loud in the theater when that happened.
I laughed out loud fucking now. Like, that's still fucking funny. I'm here to save the world.
Lady, you're not fucking Thanos. This does not work for this movie.
It's just kind of, it's just so funny nowadays seeing so many movies trying to rip off Marvel, and they're not even ripping it off well.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to rip off stuff from better movies. Oh, is this the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Are we getting to the PowerPoint presentation?
Humans are an infection. There's no through line for her character to think that way.
Yeah, why does she think it's the humans' problem? It's the monsters that killed all the people, including her son.
Exactly.
Hey, Kong.
Oh, yeah, Kong reference.
The Muto gets more reference in this movie than Kong does. What the fuck is up with that? Like, I guess they want to save him for the next movie, which I gotta say, not as excited for Godzilla vs. Kong as I was before this movie came out.
Yep. And yeah, it's like there's no logical through line that would make her think that these monsters are what's going to bring balance to the world. There's the PowerPoint.
There it is.
Oh yeah, that fucking argument, that was the dumbest shit ever. The forest fires replenish the soil. It's like, that doesn't... There is no connection between that and the monsters. That is the dumbest shit.
Exactly! Thank
Exactly.
you! Random Asian lady who was supposed to be the parallel to the fairy twins from the other Mothra movies. What the hell? At least you're right.
Yeah, it's like, there's a logical through line with a character like Thanos in Infinity War. There's a logic there, and there's a character arc there that makes sense for why that character specifically would think that way. This movie does not put in that legwork that Infinity War did.
It's this movie's constantly in contradiction with itself, with the plot and its characters. Said the actors talking to the asshole who wrote this fucking script.
Yeah, and like the thing is, like, based on the character arc and the development we get for Thanos, it makes logical sense for his character to think that way. With this character, it's the exact opposite. In fact, the character that we're presented and their development, she should be thinking the opposite. She shouldn't want to be saving the world from everyone. She should want these monsters to kill Godzilla, and she shouldn't give a fuck about other people, if anything.
Remember when monster movies actually focus on the monsters as the villain? Like in Pacific Rim, where it's just the monsters show up and destroy the world, and there's not, like, some super villain behind it all.
Yeah.
I mean, Pacific Rim, it's a little different, but, you know, you can just have, there's a giant evil monster that's destroying everything, we gotta stop him. That's fine enough for a monster plot like this. It does. You don't need this. You don't need this whole supervillain / sympathetic mom thing that doesn't work with each other in this case. Just have monsters fight.
I seriously think she's probably the worst character in the movie.
Yeah, no argument.
Also, it took an hour to get to this cool Rodan scene that's coming up.
Yeah, Rodan's your favorite monster, isn't it?
Yeah. He's So fucking cool.
Don't you love that?
He's seriously a magma pterodactyl. Like, seriously. He's so fucking cool.
Don't you just love it that Mothra stole Rodan's moment from Godzilla, Mechagodzilla 2?
Yeah.
That, you know the scene when Mothra, like, gives God... What? What'd he say?
11's just like, Mom, maybe Dad's right. Maybe this isn't the way. It's like, no shit!
At least the British dude is generically evil, so we know he's the evil British dude. You know, as stupid as that character is, he's at least fun to watch on screen. The 2 times he actually has a scene. But the mom's just fucking annoying. She's just annoying to watch.
I love this guy played by Charles Dance because he's like, what the fuck did she tell you was going to happen? Did she say there was going to be some peaceful utopia after this? It's like, no.
Like, even when the bad guy has to criticize the bad writing in this movie, that's like a paradox, man. The villain is the biggest critic of this fucking film.
Yeah. And
no wonder he wants to destroy the world.
And I love how it's like, well, why are... Like, you look at Charles Dance's character, and it's like, well, why are you wanting to destroy the world like this? He's like, I have no fucking clue.
Because I'm British and I'm evil. That's the only motivation I need.
He's like evil, generic, bad guy number 3,511,000.
And for something like Godzilla, that's fine. That can work. It's just like, I'm a crazy asshole who wants to wake up monsters and destroy the world, or I'm just an evil alien from outer space that wants to wake up a giant monster and destroy the world. For Godzilla movies, that's fine.
Oh, I love the fucking shot that happens in a minute.
I know what you're talking about.
You see Rodan fly by, and just him flying in the air destroys and wrecks all the buildings below.
But kills no people.
No, it probably did kill a lot of people.
We don't see any, though.
No, we don't see any of them, but what's funny about it, what's so fucking hilarious about it, is that just a second ago, she was, the mom character was just like, I'm saving the world, and you see shit like this, and it's like, you think this is saving the world? It's like, no, there's no logical through line here.
You know what would be an awesome movie idea?
But my god, Rodan is so fucking cool. It's like...
Yeah, fire pterodactyl.
Rodan is like my spirit animal.
Yeah, he's your favorite kaiju. And you're welcome for that, by the way, because you would never have known of Rodan if I didn't show you all those movies.
Well, I knew him from this movie.
You know what? At least they pronounced it right. At least they don't call him like a Radon or something, which is a thing an older movie did. So at least we don't have an issue with like pronunciation.
Oh my god! I still cannot believe to this day they got that wrong. Oh, fuck you, M. Night Shyamalan. Anyways.
That's not what I was trying to hint at, but okay, yeah. At least we don't have a that situation.
Yeah. At the very least, they didn't pull a Last Airbender. They can actually pronounce the names correctly.
Yeah, they didn't call Godzilla Godzilla. Which, I shit you not, is an actual thing a dub of one of the older movies did. For some reason, they just didn't know how to pronounce the names. Actually, now that we're talking, they're like, what's supposed to be Ghidorah thing? Because I've always pronounced it as Ghidorah, but there are some people that call him, like, Ghidra.
Yeah, Ghidorah.
Ghidra. I've heard it, like, at least 5 different ways, and I'm fine with any of them, but
I think it's Ghidorah.
I've always said Ghidorah, but I don't know. Yeah. Some people are sticklers for that. And it sometimes
this is her saving the world.
Yeah, saving the world.
Yeah.
Oh
my god, this is so dumb. You should be fucking dead.
Yeah, no one fucking died. Look, there's all these people flying around, but none of them actually die.
You should have been dead before you even got anywhere close to that. What the fuck is that? My god. I hate this movie so much. My god, he's so fucking cool. It's like, why couldn't you? You just had to have monsters fight for 2 hours. That's all you had to do.
Rodan looks really cool, but he's kind of an asshole in this movie. Like, he's flipped sides with the monsters twice.
Yeah.
He fights Ghidorah, then he sides with Ghidorah, and then when Godzilla wins, he sides with Godzilla. Like, you two-faced motherfucker!
Well, he dies, doesn't he?
No, Rodan doesn't die. Mothra dies.
Oh.
Because Mothra dies in every single fucking movie she's in. She's like the Kenny of Godzilla. She dies in every episode.
Yeah.
I'm not making that up.
What the fuck was that? The pilot Rodan was flying behind ejected. Why the fuck would you do that?
I mean, you screwed either way, to be honest.
He was right above Rodan's mouth and he got eaten. It's like, of course that's what was going to happen. What did you think,
Yeah,
dude?
I do like this Rodan scene with the jets, though. It's a nice callback to his original movie where there was a scene where he fought some fighter jets, too. And it's one of the few monster scenes where there isn't a bunch of shit in the air, so you can actually see what's going on.
Too bad we had to wait an hour.
And now it's gone. Now we're back in the clouds and dust and shit.
Yeah. Too bad we had to wait a whole hour before we got to this.
Even then, it wasn't really worth it. Like, even though this is probably the best animation I've seen in a monster movie, at least in Pacific Rim.
Oh, there's Ghidorah.
The fight scenes aren't really that entertaining. As opposed to, once you get past the novelty of, like, the giant monsters, the actual fight scenes aren't that interesting.
And for what it's worth, Ghidorah looks cool, but...
The monsters look cool, but the actual...
See, look at that shot! That is so cool! Like...
But that's it.
That's it! And as soon as the shot is over, it cuts away. It's like, that's what we want to see! We want to see that!
Yeah.
For the entire movie. That's all we want.
Yeah, like, stop cutting back. Stop cutting back! You just got out the good stuff. Stop cutting back. You know, at least with the 2014 movie, even though it took to like the final third of the movie to actually get monster action, at least it stuck with it for a little bit. Like, we get like a few solid minutes of good monster action before we eventually cut back to the human things. Like, we got full scenes.
Yeah.
But here it's like every other second we cut back to the human scenes. And it's like...
And I love how later on they're just like, you're telling me we killed the one thing that had any chance of defeating these guys? And it's like, what the fuck did you think?
Oh.
It's like, what else? Are you so dumb that you literally thought you could have developed any other way to kill these things that wasn't Godzilla?
Oh, are you talking about the oxygen destroyer? The thing that killed the original Godzilla, dissolved him into fucking bones, and they just use in a throwaway line here? Like it's fucking nothing? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and it's just like, they use it here, and they kill Godzilla, and they're just like...
With no build-up. They're just like, yeah, we're going to use the oxygen destroyer.
So we just used the one thing that wasn't Godzilla himself that we could have used to destroy Ghidorah. It's like, are you freaking retards? Seriously.
Also,
it's like, you use this huge oxygen killer thing or whatever to kill Godzilla. It's like, why don't you use it on Ghidorah?
Okay, look, here's the really stupid thing. The oxygen destroyer in the Godzilla mythos is a big fucking deal. This thing killed the original 1954 Godzilla. Dissolved him into fucking bones, right? The device was so deadly that right after it was used, the Dr. Serizawa of that timeline literally burned all of his research and committed suicide so no one would risk the device being used on humankind. It was worse than the nuclear bomb. That's how big of an impact this thing is in the Godzilla mythos, and they just use it in a throwaway line.
Yeah.
No build up whatsoever, which is really funny because in the promotional material leading up to this movie, they actually hinted at the oxygen destroyer being a big deal, but it's not. It's just a fucking missile.
And also,
what the hell?
Why would you use the one thing that you had that you could use to kill monsters? Why would you use it on the one that's not trying to kill you?
It's so fucking stupid. It's so goddamn stupid. You should all be dead.
Yeah. And the other thing is, it's like, why would you even want to kill Godzilla? Because he's the one monster you have that can actually kill Rodan or Ghidorah.
And I'd say Mothra too, but let's face it, Mothra dies every day of the week anyways.
Yeah.
She's not the... I hate to say to you Mothra fans, she's kind of a lame monster. I'm sorry. She is.
Yeah.
Or at least adult Mothra. Larva Mothra kicks ass. Larva Mothra has beaten Godzilla at least twice. But the adult, like, whole butterfly monster...
Yeah.
is kind of weak. Pretty weak sauce.
Yeah. God, I hate this movie so much. It's so stupid. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. He just ripped off his head.
I do think it's pretty cool to how the head grows back.
Why, though?
Well, it's kind of like...
See, they just use it... Why the fuck would you use that on Godzilla?
I mean, I guess they were trying to get both of them, but...
But they said take aim on Godzilla or whatever.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention, to be honest. It's stupid either way.
It's like, was it not clear that Ghidorah was clearly the one who was trying to kill you all just now?
Anyways, to finish what I was saying, I do think it's kind of cool how the head grows back, because it, like, harkens back to, like, Hydra lore. You know, cut off one head, another grows back. Which I think it's kind of cool. But again, it's very small compared to all the shit that this movie has that counteracts the good.
Yeah.
That's just a sad thing. There are nuggets of good stuff in this movie, but it's outweighed by the pure manure.
I don't think there is any nuggets of good stuff, because even though there's cool shots, immediately after that, it cuts away.
Yeah, it's just, the movie's like 0.1% okay, and the rest is just dog shit.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. It's like... Because of this whole dumbass decision for them to just kill Godzilla for no fucking reason, it's just like, you could have... It's like that you... It's the only thing that you had that could have been used to kill Ghidorah. What the fuck?
I mean, not that it would have worked anyway, but... because it's Ghidorah, but
still.
it's
like, it's a time waster. Now it adds on an extra unnecessary, like, 30 or 40 minutes to this movie that wasn't needed.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That shot's really fucking cool. And then it cuts away.
This movie does make for some good wallpaper material. I will say that.
Yeah, there's so many fucking shots that make me go like, I want that as my fucking wallpaper.
Okay, so right now, obviously Ghidorah is calling all the other monsters, and I will say, even though I do like the redesigns of the older monsters, I'm not a huge fan of the new monsters they introduce here. I think they're pretty... I don't think they look bad, they just don't have any character to them. They're just big dinosaurs. And of course, as we see in the end of the movie, one of the Mutos comes back for some goddamn reason.
Yeah.
Which makes no goddamn sense. Because the whole reason Godzilla fought the Muto, because it would have overpopulated the planet. That's why they fought. But one of them is just back by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
No shit!
Yeah, no shit. Oh god, I hate what happens. I hate the whole stupid cliche of little child foil is like
Evil
the
organization.
the really complicated, evil, corrupt plan of the bad guys.
10-year-old
Like,
Pokemon trainer takes
ten-
down criminal organization overnight.
Yeah, it's like they just happen to stumble upon the thing that literally foils their entire plan. I hate that so much. It's like, do you guys have no security whatsoever, you dumbass? Like,
Is that supposed to be the guy from Kong? Like one of the researchers from Kong Skull Island, but like aged up?
I don't think so.
He might be. I mean, that also would have been cool if they brought back the researchers from Kong, but they're like all older. Because again, at the very least, it would be a previously established character that we could give some
Is
progression
Mothra
for.
like the only one who actually teams up with Godzilla?
Yeah, Mothra is considered one of the good monsters. Yeah, for the there's never been like an evil Mothra movie, as far as I'm aware. Mothra's always been like a good guy.
I just
the most
hate.
part.
I just hate that whole thing of like some of the monsters are good guys and some are bad guys.
It's
so dumb. Like, it's like they're all destructive creatures. It's like, seeing that is a really cool ass shot.
yeah. A lot of these shots were used for the trailers for these movies, and for good reason. They're really pretty shots.
But the thing is, that's all they got.
Yeah, that's all they got. Balance to what? The Force?
Balance, yeah.
What balance are
Balance
you talking
to
about?
what? How would you think in any
How
way?
does the sun's death have anything to do with balance?
Yeah. How there's no logical through line that would make anyone think that monsters would bring balance to the world. It makes no fucking sense. And what did you think was going to happen after they destroy it? Did you think the monsters would just go away? No.
That they'll just be like Jesus, ascend to heaven on the third day or whatever.
I don't
Again,
know.
this is something that the 2014 movie got right. The reason Godzilla fought the Mutos was because the Mutos, after having fucked a lot, would have overpopulated the planet with their offspring, and Godzilla's like, I'm not gonna bother with that shit, so he killed them.
Yeah.
That's why Godzilla fought the Mutos. But for here, they're just like, oh, Godzilla's the good guy, he's the savior of the planet, and yeah, I know that, oh, here's the tribute to the Mothra twins that were in the other movies, but it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But anyways, I know Godzilla was like kind of like that in like the 70s movie, but it's not the 70s anymore, guys. You know, we can be a little more, we can have a little more nuance with our storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at all of that JPEG art of all the like the Chinese monsters or whatever. Again, that scene has nothing to do with the plot. It's just very surface level fan service. Was that entire scene extremely cheap surface level fan service for old time fans, and it means nothing to the plot.
Yeah. And this is the other thing. The next however many minutes it takes until the final battle, it's just boring ass filler because it's literally just them trying to bring Godzilla back from the dead. It's so boring, and it means absolutely nothing because it was such a stupid thing for them to just kill him in the first place.
And I was saying that's how it was in the old movies doesn't make it right either.
Yeah.
I think they made that up. I do not think Adora means the one who was meant. I'm going to look that up real quick.
Why does this all look? Why does it look like Cloverfield? These don't look like Godzilla monsters. They look like they've come out of Jurassic Park or Cloverfield or whatever.
Also, the fact that the other monsters attacking means nothing because after Godzilla beats Ghidorah, they just stop attacking.
For some reason.
Well, I guess they have the whole scene where they bow to him because he's the king of the monsters. And in another movie with another context, that could have been cool. But here it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, Ghidorah is derived from the Japanese word Hidora, meaning Hydra. So it just means Hydra. And so the one who is many is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what Hydra is, because it's like to cut off one.
I
head,
get
two
it,
more
but
shall
it's
take its
I get it,
place.
but the name Ghidorah is not directly translate to the one who is many. They made that up. They fucking made that up. It's lazy. And yeah, I know Ghidorah is supposed to be a Hydra. That's cool and all, but that's not quite what the name means. That's not the definition they gave.
Yeah.
It's just lazy. Also, why do they assume that all these monsters behave the same way, despite the fact they're all like different species of creature?
Yeah.
Like one's a dinosaur, one's a hydra, one's like a pterodactyl fire dragon thing, one's a giant bug. It's like, why do they all assume they behave the same way? So it's like these creatures are very different in terms of anatomy and the way they've evolved over the centuries. It's like, why do they assume they all behave like whales? Does King Kong have fucking sonar? And also, that's another thing. I know they want to save Kong for the next movie, but why the fuck does King Kong do fucking nothing? Like,
Yeah.
technically speaking, shouldn't he be going around destroying shit too?
Yeah.
If Ghidorah's the alpha,
Yeah.
and all the other monsters are obeying the alpha?
Yeah, he really should.
I feel sad for these actors, man. They are trying. Some of them are trying, but they have nothing to work with.
Yeah, the script gives them jack shit to work with. God, I hate this movie so much.
Oh god, it's this scene.
Oh, jeez. The fuck is this? Seriously.
That's a big reveal for a monster that's going to die in 10 minutes. You know? If it's so damn bright, why are you standing so close to it? Ugh, I hate that title. Ugh. Why does this movie imply that Godzilla and Mothra fuck? That's wrong. That's wrong. What the fuck did he say?
Yeah, I got it. You can have a reply right now.
What's the point of this scene? We already had the scene where Mothra came out of her cocoon, so now she's in the adult form. What's the point of this scene? Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, what? Why the fuck does this movie imply that Godzilla and Mothra have a sexual relationship? Answer me, damn it! I know you can hear me. Say something, Grant.
I don't know. Dude.
It's stupid.
I don't know.
Why? It's stupid.
I don't know.
Are you falling asleep?
No.
You look like you're about to fall asleep.
No.
If you fall asleep, I'm gonna draw on your face. You better not fall asleep.
I'm not. I'm just sitting here. I just sit like this when I'm pissed.
Yeah, you're totally just yawning and laying half on the bed. Couch, you know.
No, I didn't yawn. I stretched.
Sure.
Dude, I didn't.
Okay, whatever you say.
Dude, I'm not fucking lying.
I'm not suffering through this movie alone, damn it.
I know!
But he's not dead. He's injured. He needs to go and rest, but he's not fucking dead. Oh god, I honestly forgot the scene that's coming up here. It's ridiculous.
That's why I said it's stupid, boring, pointless filler.
No, this stuff is boring, but the scene next we're about to get where they go underwater, this is some new age shit here. I'll get to it in just a minute, but Mothra, turn the lights down! I can't fucking see! Ugh.
Dude, I hate deep ocean exploring. That shit scares me to no end.
Oh yeah, man. Cthulhu's down there somewhere. And that would also make a pretty good movie, Godzilla vs. Cthulhu. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, considering Cthulhu is like a public domain thing. You don't have to copyright for it.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to see that? Godzilla vs. Squid Dad.
I don't know. Comment down below if you would like to see that.
No comment. Fuck that. Do something else with your time. Why are you watching this movie? Why am I watching this movie? Why'd you make me watch this, Grant?
Because it's...
Let me out of the basement, damn it! I haven't eaten in 3 days!
It didn't take that long before you went insane, and that's what the goal was.
I know you said earlier this is the worst Godzilla movie ever. It's not the worst Godzilla movie
Yes, it is.
ever.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
No, I know what's to be true. The worst Godzilla movie of all time is Godzilla's Revenge, and that's a shit show I don't even think you're ready for. But this movie, it's so disappointing, man.
You know it's true. Just admit it. You know it's
true.
True.
Bad. I hate it. No argument there. But I'm just so sad more than anything else, man. Not only the fact that I think this movie is bad, but sometimes I feel like we're the only ones on the internet that actually acknowledge this movie's bad. Or let me phrase that.
There's tons of people.
Let me phrase it. I feel like I am one of the very few Godzilla fans who think this movie is bad. Because everyone else who says they're like a G fan or whatever, eat the shit out of this movie. And it's like, really? This is enough to satisfy your desire for a good kaiju movie? Really? This is all it takes?
Yeah.
Come on, guys. We can do better than this. Can't we?
Way better. Way fucking better.
Okay, I do know the whole child saving the world from adult problems is stupid, but it is 11, so I'm more okay with it.
No, this is not 11. This is some random girl who we just met an hour ago. This is not 11. I call her 11 because it's the actress who plays her, but she's not the character 11.
Well, let's say it this way: there are a lot worse child characters in Godzilla, in other Godzilla movies than this girl. This isn't the worst of it. It's still stupid. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that it's been worse elsewhere.
Okay, well, just because it's been worse elsewhere does not make this okay.
Yes.
This is so Boston.
Why did they decide to have
Why
the final
Boston?
battle? Yeah, why Boston? I'm not trying to insult the city or anything. I've never been to Boston, so I'm just saying that out of all the places to stage like a final battle for a kaiju fight, why Boston?
That was such a great shot in the trailer of like the White House in Washington being destroyed. It was so great.
Also, I love how
ruined
EFAP pointed out that they absolutely just destroyed the Washington Monument when they flew next to it. Because there's no way the wing would not have clipped through it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jakes, not even the monsters got that one.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Godzilla movie, Grant? Do you have one?
The original is the only one that's like good.
Yes. It is the best one. It is the best movie.
Yeah. I can only take these movies for so long, guys.
This was your idea. You're the one who texted me 2 days ago. It's
know.
like, we should totally do King of the Monsters for our next video.
I know.
I'm like, okay, man. You
I
have
know.
no one to blame but yourself.
I know. But it'll be fun because now you guys can hear our rants. You can hear us rant about this movie for 2 hours.
Okay. So...
Atlantis is a
Atlantis.
thing. Fuck you.
Okay, so not only
Godzilla
is
writers.
Atlantis in the thing, they immediately destroy it after this scene. So it's not even like, okay, it's stupid, but maybe we can explore this in another movie later down the line. But no, they vaporize it in the following scene. So it was fucking pointless.
Oh god, this line is... There's a line coming up here that is the most cringeworthy shit.
And there's a lot of cringeworthy lines in this movie.
You guys know the line.
We do? I don't know the line.
It's... My god.
Don't finish it. Don't finish it! Oh,
You
God.
know exactly what I'm talking about.
That line is fucking stupid. Ugh.
It's coming up.
You already seen cave paintings of these monsters beforehand. This is nothing new. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool to find like a long lost civilization under the water that has like giant monuments to the monsters fighting and shit. That's cool and all, but none of this gives us really any new information about the monsters.
Yeah.
It's
The
And
fucking
again, they
Red
just-
Sox stadium, like, really? Like, why
this
there?
is the most iconic place you could have picked for a final monster fight. I mean, I get that these are technically American-made Godzilla movies, but why that? I mean, Boston isn't the most
I
visually
want to
striking
see
city.
a Godzilla movie where they have their final battle in Tokyo.
Yeah,
Like,
Japan.
yeah.
I mean, look, we're both Americans. We both love our countries despite its flaws. But I think we both at least agree that Japan just looks cooler.
Japan looks fucking awesome.
Aesthetically, Japan is beautiful. There's a reason why so many monster fights take like place on the bottom of Mount Fuji, because that's just a cool visual to have a fight scene in.
Yeah.
And America, we've got some pretty good places, but why Boston? There's nothing visually interesting about Boston
shit.
as
It's
opposed to any other
the
city
line-
in the country.
The fucking line, it's coming. It's fucking coming.
Grant, I don't want to hear about you and what's coming, okay? Just keep that to yourself.
Shut up. Dude. What's your fucking problem?
What problem with this goddamn movie? Why am I watching this again? God damn it! I should have said no.
There it is! That's it! That's fucking it! That was it!
Not that you'll hear it in the recording, but yeah, he said the line.
Yeah, he said it.
Now Grant has to go change his pants. Thanks for that image, Grant. Suffer. Feel my pain.
I hope everyone who's watching this understands the pain of watching this fucking movie.
Hey, look, guys. I know we're being melodramatic. I know we're shouting on the top of our lungs and all this shit, but are we overdoing it? Maybe a little.
Maybe.
I know I'm overdoing it, but that's because I'm bored, man. To be honest, rewatching this movie, I just forgot how bored it was. I think on our first viewing, I was so busy being pissed off and how disappointed I was, I didn't realize how boring it is. I'm making my own fun because none of these human scenes where they're talking matters at all. It's not entertaining. It doesn't affect the plot. It's a waste of time. They're not even talking about the monsters in any meaningful way. It's just, I gotta save my family. Technobabble, technobabble, technobabble. I need to save my family. Shut up! Okay, now this is a cool scene to have a monster fight.
That is such a cool... Look at that. That is a beautiful fucking shot.
Now, I'd pay a ticket to see Rodan take a shit on top of on the Capitol Hill.
That'd be funny.
That'd be pretty funny. And it's a flaming hot turd. And explodes like a bomb when it touches
Oh god, that reminds me. There's a scene like that coming up in this final battle that is
There's
so
a fucking
fucking
takes
dumb.
a shit?
No. It's where Ghidorah takes Godzilla and they fly up and really fucking high, and Ghidorah drops Godzilla and he's falling to the ground like a fucking meteor. Mm-hmm. He's literally
and
on
no one
fire.
Dies.
He's literally on fire and he hits the ground. That entire city should be fucking obliterated. And everyone within that city should be dead. But no one dies, and there's not nearly as much destruction as there would be. The whole place would be fucking gone.
Didn't Pacific Rim do a scene like that too?
I can't remember Pacific Rim very much,
okay.
but...
Alright, so, Grant, I'm going to say
movie.
this. Before we do any other monster movie for this channel, I refuse to do anything else until we do Pacific Rim next.
Okay.
Because I need to cleanse my palate of this trash. And plus, Pacific Rim is a pretty fun movie to watch, so... You know what? Fuck Godzilla. Fuck these movies, go watch Pacific Rim. Still listen to or talk, but go and watch Pacific Rim. Watch a completely different movie that we're commentating from. Okay, so small fan detail here. The scuba suit Serizawa's wearing is like a callback to the suit he wore in the first movie when he used the oxygen destroyer on Godzilla. That's all I have to say. Because there's nothing else to talk about with this scene. Because I'm supposed to be sad that he's going to sacrifice himself. And I wish I was sad because I enjoy this character in this film and in the first one. But there's no relationship for him for the audience, so I don't care.
You can tell he did it because this guy wanted out of this fucking franchise.
I do not blame him.
This dude is so fucking done. You can tell.
At least he had a good scene. It was a good scene.
Oh my god, Kong versus Godzilla is gonna suck so much.
I hope it does.
Guess what? It's made by the fucking guy who made the Death Note remake.
I did not know that.
Yep. That dude is making
They let
Kong
that
versus
motherfucker
Godzilla.
adapt one of the most iconic monster fights of all time.
When that dude already fucked up an iconic anime. Yeah.
We're fucked.
We are fucked.
There's no hope for this franchise.
Nope.
God damn it.
Nope, none at all. This dude is one of the worst writers I've ever had the displeasure of knowing.
Didn't the movie get delayed?
Khan? Yeah, it got pushed back to November. It's coming out this November.
Note to self, form suicide pact before November.
Yeah.
Got it.
Even fucking Ant-Man and the Wasp wasn't as bad as this shit.
What's Ant-Man and the Wasp? I mean, I've seen Ant-Man. I enjoyed that movie, but the Wasp was only like a cameo at the end.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. There was a sequel to Ant-Man. We saw it.
There
in theaters.
was?
We saw it in theaters.
Did we?
Yes.
I don't remember that movie.
It's so forgettable you don't even remember it. That's hilarious.
Was that after Endgame?
No, it was
No, after.
It was after Infinity War. It was before Captain Marvel.
Well, I do remember Captain Marvel. I wish I didn't.
Even Captain Marvel isn't as bad as this shit.
Well, let's not go too far.
No, I'm going there.
I mean, what would you rather have? A movie that you hate or a movie that's boring?
I'd rather have I would rather be bored than watching a movie that makes me want to kill myself.
I'd rather watch a good movie. I'd rather watch movies I like.
Well, yeah, but if our only two options are between a movie that's boring and a movie that's really bad, I would much rather be bored for a movie rather than wanting to fucking just kill everything involving the movie.
Like that, man. If I had picked rewatching this movie and rewatching Captain Marvel, I'm just gonna bust out the sock puppets.
Dude, no, you know the correct answer. Captain Marvel.
The correct answer is I hate both movies. I'm going to watch something else because those are not my only options.
Well, yeah, I know, but like,
what point do I have to be in my life where my only options for entertainment is Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and Captain Marvel? What kind of a hellhole did I put myself into to do that? Also, there goes Atlantis.
Well,
Aquaman's gonna be pissed.
Between this and Captain Marvel,
They should be dead.
Yeah, they should. Captain Marvel is not this bad.
It's not this bad, but I don't like the movie either. I'd rather watch something else.
I don't like it either, but I'm just saying I would much rather be bored.
Fuck, I just remembered something.
What?
King Kong has Brie Larson in it. Why? I forgot that.
Oh, that's funny.
I can't watch that movie now either because I hate Brie Larson.
Who doesn't?
Brie Larson. Kathleen Kennedy, the prom biker. No, I can't see anything with all this goddamn fog! I do like the music, though.
Yeah, the music is alright. Music ain't half bad.
In another movie, that this soundtrack would be legendary.
Yeah.
Okay, I know this is supposed to be like a triumphant moment, like, for pardon the pun, the return of the king. But
Yeah.
Godzilla doesn't really look any different from when we saw him earlier. He doesn't even look like scarred from his earlier battle. It's the same goddamn model that they use for the rest of the movie. He looks no different. So it doesn't really feel any different than any others. Hell, Mothra showing up was a better return scene than what they gave to Godzilla.
I love this. He's just like, you fucking killed me, motherfucker. Why
and
would
he
I
doesn't
help
destroy
you?
the sub? Why not?
Yeah, he's like, why the fuck would I want to help you now? But this is the problem. They just make him a good guy for no reason.
I mean, if they're gonna have a scene where Godzilla like doesn't destroy the sub, then why did he spend like that whole minute staring at them? Just if he just doesn't care, just have him walk off and not even pay attention to them. It's like pick one or the other, but
They're clearly trying to make it a thing where it's like the main character has a connection with Godzilla.
But he doesn't.
I know. That's the dumb thing about it.
You can't connect to Godzilla. He's an abomination against nature. Well, at least the original anywhere. I know it's different. I know that's not the case in this context, but still, why does Godzilla give a crap about humanity? If his whole thing is keeping order in nature, then why does he give a shit about humanity? He doesn't. And that's the coolest thing. He doesn't. Not even this. He really doesn't. But they keep trying to pretend he does.
This whole movie is just fucked from the beginning. It's terrible.
You don't join the fight unless you're packing a giant fucking robot. Unless that giant blackbird thing is also a transformer, you don't go into the fight of a monster movie like this. You either stay out of the way or you die.
Every person who goes into this should have been dead. Everyone who goes
They should have been dead half the movie ago.
Still, I mean, like, every single person who goes inside of this city in this final battle should have been dead.
Stop talking, just shoot him! Game of Thrones his ass, come on! Why didn't you just shoot him? Why?
I don't know.
Seriously though, why Boston?
You're asking me questions I don't have an answer to. Oh my fuck. What?
I mean, if we're gonna have a fight in America, or U.S. specifically, why not do like DC? They had a shot at DC earlier. It's a coastal part of the of the country. That would be pretty cool.
You guys listening, you want a better movie to watch than this shit? Go watch Parasite. Parasite's a goddamn motherfucking masterpiece. This shit is like, it's shit.
It's fucking shit.
Yeah. And there's Ghidorah. Also, why do all the monsters have to look like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park? Like, if every time monsters like this in movies happen, like when they open their mouth, it looks way too much like
the T-Rex.
The T-Rex from Godzilla. Also, those heads...
Did you say the T-Rex from Godzilla?
I mean, the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, my bad. But also, the dragon heads on Ghidorah look too much like Smaug from the Hobbit movies, too.
Yeah, and actually think of it, they do. I wonder if they just like copied and pasted the same head model for it or something. I mean, to be fair, Smaug does look pretty good. I wouldn't blame them if they shared some assets with Ghidorah. But I do agree, he does look a little bit too much.
How does Ghidorah not kill her here?
Plot armor. Hey, let's be honest, that's what it is. It's fucking plot armor.
It is plot armor. That's all it is.
It's plot armor in its most, like, unsubtle use.
How did she not die there? What the fuck was that?
It kind of diminishes the power of the monsters when they can't kill a little fucking girl. But you're going back to what you're saying about the T-Rex mouth. You're talking about like the flap of like skin in between the jaw, the gator teeth.
I mean the jaw, the tongue.
Yeah, I kind of get it. It's a bit overused at this point. I mean, it still looks kind of cool, but I get what you're saying.
It always has to look like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Okay.
That applies more so to Godzilla.
Also, that's the only time they use the original roar for this movie. Which is fine. I like the new Roar, but it's just weird they just throw in the old Roar in here for some reason. Okay, well, while we're talking on monster design, do you like Godzilla's redesign in these movies? The more like crocodile kind of look?
Well, like I said, it does kind of look a little too much like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, because when he roars and opens his mouth, his jaw and the tongue looks a lot like it.
Okay, but just ignoring the mouth and talking about the design as a whole, do you have an opinion on it?
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Do you think he's too fat?
Not really. I mean, I'm fine with it.
I think, yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm a lot better with his design here than I do in the Shin Godzilla movie, but that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that they do like make the spikes protrude more in this movie, because they were pretty small in the first one.
See, look at this. Get the fucking plane out of the way. We want to see the fight.
No, maybe they could actually have more time to animate the monster fights if they didn't use so much of the budget using CGI ships and choppers and airplanes and shit like that. Like, know how to use your budget, movie.
And yeah, characters spout exposition and repeat lines that we already know for no reason, and it's really irritating. They do that multiple times in this movie.
This movie really needed a second draft in the editing department. It just needed
editing and writing department.
Yeah, I mean the writing would suck regardless. But by the time we reach post-production, if they could just trim so much fat from this movie, it wouldn't make the movie great, but it would still make a difference, a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's okay for a movie to be short if it's
See, like, they're fighting and they're showing the humans. It's like, this is the final battle. We don't care about these people. We want to see the fight.
Also, did you just happen to find the orca on the ground?
I don't know.
I think he did, yeah. I think he just found it on the ground.
See, and there you go. There's your only fucking way of getting out of there. What the fuck were you thinking going there? Not just those guys, because I get why they went, because they wanted to save the little girl, but what the fuck was she thinking going there? And no, the fact that she's a kid is not an argument. Kids being stupid is just an excuse for plot devices.
Honestly, I forgot Mothra was in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I mean, it's cool when they incorporate other monsters in it too, but
I will say, the building destruction, like that shot, that was cool.
Yeah, that was. They get that right. But do you think this movie could have been better if it was just Godzilla and Ghidorah? If they didn't waste time with Mothra and Rodan?
Maybe, I don't know. I just think Rodan is so fucking cool.
I mean, it is cool. Rodan and Mothra do look good in this movie, but maybe you could at least cut down on the pointless exposition.
Wait, where did she come from? Where'd
she get the truck?
She got the truck from where she left, but it's like, how did she find them? How'd she get past all that destruction? See, it's plot devices for the sake of plot devices. It's ridiculous. It's like every human character in this movie is a superhero. Oh yeah, and this was also the dumbest shit. The kid survives the nuclear blast of the city because she hides in a bathtub.
Why the fuck did she stop the car for just an off comment the soldier made?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that like really fucking stupid?
Yes.
Like even for this movie, that's really fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like you're running from this huge destructive force that's right next to you.
Did she
Why
just
would
happen
you
to
fucking
walk by
stop?
their old apartment? Is that what that building is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
And she's gonna hide in the bathtub.
Yeah.
And that's
Fucking
when
Indiana Jones 4 all over again.
Are you telling me the only reason they have her brother's dead because he just didn't hide in the bathtub? Also, wasn't their old house destroyed at the beginning of the movie? What? Hang on a minute.
No, it wasn't. I don't think so.
I mean, what?
This isn't where...
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Never mind.
Also, wait, yeah, what?
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but how does that work? He just bit on something that was electric, so he just...
It's comic book logic.
Yeah.
Absorb electricity, then you shoot electricity. It's not like these movies are scientifically accurate.
Yeah, see, that was it. I think that line confirms it. I don't think Godzilla, at least in this world, I don't think he's the only one who's like radioactive.
Okay.
You know? Bye, Mothra.
They killed Kenny!
You
bastards!
Can Rodan just be in everything
No.
from now on?
You know Rodan has his own movie, right? Like,
Wait a minute. Oh!
This does not kill
Damn.
Rodan.
Rodan does die.
No, this does not kill Rodan. It takes him out of the fight, but you see him later on after Godzilla wins.
He does?
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
But no, Mothra dies, though. But, you do know Rodan has his own movie, right? Like, a lot of the Godzilla movies, a lot of them had their own monster movie before they became part of Godzilla's franchise. Rodan had his own movie, Mothra had his own movie. Ghidorah's always been a Godzilla villain, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just something to think about, I guess.
I remember. Oh gosh. So yeah, the building got destroyed, and she lived because she hid in a bathtub, and that blocked the debris.
It's okay to let her die.
Fucking bullshit. The bathtub protected her from that.
The
shit.
bathtub's also full
That's
of bricks.
Fucking bullshit.
She should be fucking dead. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's like, why didn't you just let the kid die? Are they scared to kill a kid?
Yes. Well, the answer is yes. Even though it's a fucking monster movie.
It's PG-13, isn't it?
Yes.
So that they can do that if they wanted.
I'm pretty sure you can kill off kids in PG movies.
Yeah.
As long as it's not gory.
Yeah. Oh my god. Fucking Indiana Jones 4, but even worse, actually.
Is there supposed to be another Indiana Jones movie in the works or something?
Oh god, I think so.
Yeah, I think they should let the franchise
Need to... People need to learn. It's okay to just let things end. Nowadays, there's so many people who's like, they just don't want their favorite franchise to be over because they love it so much. It's like, that's part of it. And here's
your senior talking about.
Yep, Ghidorah flies Godzilla up so high that he literally turns into a meteor. He hits the fucking ground. This should obliterate the entire city, and everyone right there should be dead.
Atomized. This should be pulp.
The entire city right there should have been reduced to fucking atoms. But it just created a small blast or whatever.
Hey, Mothra. Way to
rip off
Rodan's iconic scene, by the way.
Doesn't Mothra just give her life for...
Yeah,
like, for him?
Mothra gives Godzilla her energy, just like a spirit bomb.
Yeah. Bye, Mothra.
You were useful, I guess. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool they do the red thing here, but I don't know. I think it's wasted. It could have been a lot cooler.
God, this movie's so dumb.
Do we have to finish it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's almost over, but do we have to finish it?
Yes, we do.
Ooh, Ghidorah sucking off Godzilla. Ooh, how naughty.
Wait, what? I forgot. Like, how does this work?
What are they doing? I forget.
They turned on that machine from earlier. Remember?
Does it do something?
First off, how did that thing survive the destruction?
Plot armor.
And yeah, remember this?
No.
This is the same thing from earlier, the sonar thing.
I remember but I don't remember the scene. I thought it was destroyed at this point.
It definitely should have been destroyed at this point.
Yeah, I guess I should also say it's been a year since this movie came out, and I haven't seen it since it came out. So this is only my second viewing.
It's basically something that she uses to distract Ghidorah, basically, because it makes sound.
Okay, but seriously though, why don't they kill off the mother here?
I think
Her at least sacrificing herself to save the day would give her at least some redemption. It's the only way she could get any semblance of redemption. When you do something as fucked up as wake up a bunch of behemoths from the earth to wipe out humanity.
I think she does, though. She does sacrifice.
She does not die. Does she?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, I remember that. She does. Yeah.
Hey, Luke.
Gosh.
You can talk too. This is supposed to be a sad scene, but I fucking hate this character.
Yeah, I fucking hate her. I don't care.
Yeah, right now I'm cheering her up. Yeah, Ghidorah, kill her! Kill her fucking ass!
Yeah, see, this was the only thing. She, for no reason, she just sacrifices herself, and all she does is just distract Ghidorah for a minute.
Yeah, Ghidorah, kill her! Kill that bitch! Get her! Come on, you destroy fucking planets, but you can't kill one little girl? Come on! Do it! Do it!
Okay. Dude. He does, don't worry.
Are you sure? I don't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she lives.
No. Yep, see?
I mean, that should kill her. I don't think it does, though.
Yeah, she does.
You can stop whispering, Luke. It's okay to talk.
She has long lives the king and she dies.
Does she?
Yeah.
That's her. She's not dead.
Also,
Yes, she does. Watch.
also they didn't kill the kid because it's Millie Bobby Brown. She cost so much money to kill. And earlier in the scene, when Mothra shot webs at Ghidorah's face, Mothra was shooting webs. So just let you know. It's correct.
Thank you, Luke.
She dies.
Why? Why did she say that?
See, she dies right here whenever he goes mouth to shit.
Again, in another movie, this scene could have been awesome.
Yeah.
By this point in the film, I am so fed up. The fact that Godzilla is so radioactive that buildings just melt around him as he walks. It's fucking boring. Because I'm tired. At this
Yeah,
point.
it's like at this point, it's like it's too late. I'm already done with this
Also, it
movie.
should have been a laser, not whatever the fuck that was.
Yes, it should have been a laser. I agree.
She dies right there. I mean, you don't see.
They're all dead. Everything's dead.
Yeah, everyone should be dead.
Well, technically, if the Stinger at the end is to believe even Ghidorah's gonna come back from this. So it's fucking meaningless. The animation is done pretty well, though. I'll give it props for that.
Everyone should be dead from that. In the post-credit scene, though, there's like a Becca Ghidorah thing. Or
Well,
whatever.
it's the severed Ghidorah head from earlier in the film.
No, it's from that one. It's either a Mega Ghidorah head or they use Ghidorah cells, which could maybe destroy him.
Or Gigan.
I'm
I'd make
pretty sure it's Becca Ghidorah.
It probably is.
Even though this universe doesn't really fit with like the mechas, as cool as it would be to see that, I don't know. Fuck it. Oh, okay. I forgot. They trick you.
Yeah.
So I don't like how they made.
And then they all bow down to him because he's the king of the monsters.
He is. He really is. But this movie is not the king of Godzilla movies. It's not even decent. It's just eh.
Like the King of Monsters, stupid designs.
Yeah, I don't like the new
There's King Kong
monsters.
with Tusk.
King Kong with Tusk, Giant Spider.
Cthulhu.
Fucking Cloverfield. That's fucking Cloverfield
Should just
right
read the
there.
manga.
How are you still fucking alive?
Also, yeah, there's another.
There's a Muto and there's
Muto
Rodan.
for some reason. Oh, and yeah, Rodan's still
And it's
alive.
like Godzilla's like, you bitch, you asshole, you two-timey piece of shit. Also, where's Kong? Where's Kong?
Seriously, in another movie though, this would have been really fucking
Yeah.
cool.
There's some decent ideas, but that's about it. Decent ideas and decent shots. But that's all this movie
It's
has.
called Godzilla Final Wars.
I love Godzilla Final Wars. Thank you for mentioning it, Luke. It's my favorite Godzilla movie.
And look at that final shot. That's like really cool.
That's called Godzilla was destroyed.
That is
And
Godzilla, King of the Stinkers.
And it's
God damn.
it's
I'm
just-
picking the next movie.
Well,
Final thoughts.
We got a post credits.
Who gives a shit?
We can. All right, we're not gonna wait for it. We're just gonna fast forward to that post credits.
Also,
scene.
I like to point out in the background of the scenes that like nature's returning, like building rainforest, rooms, and desert. What?
Yeah, like what?
What is it?
This makes no sense. Like the movie's seriously trying to tell us that actually worked and that things actually like restored.
Restoring the ocean reefs? What?
It makes no sense at all.
Never makes a good franchise.
I mean, Godzilla has always been very bad whenever it tries to introduce like environmental themes.
Also, this song
This
does
is just
not.
fucking stupid.
This song does not fit at all. This is stupid.
I like the song, but it's just not. It,
It
doesn't
doesn't
work for this
fit.
movie.
Also, never fix a good movie franchise with pollution. Because that's what ruined Highlander, that's what ruined this.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna fast forward to the post
God,
credits.
do not even
because
mention Highlander 2, Luke.
I'm not waiting through the credits for it, but we'll fast forward to it. Because if I'm remembering correctly, it is actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. The
That's
suit
right.
actor, the original suit actor for Godzilla did pass away a few years ago.
Yeah.
That's
This is the scene where Nick Fury goes to recruit Godzilla for the Avengers, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I wish.
does, it doesn't mean you guys have to do it either. It doesn't have to be an after credit scene for every movie now.
Yeah, honestly, I can't tell if that's.
It's just the head. It's a severed head from earlier. That's all it is.
It just hints that. Because in Make Godzilla 2, they use Ghidorah's body parts from the future. They make Ghidorah made to make Godzilla.
Yeah, because that's not.
But that's weird because it's like, why wouldn't they just make it Mecha Godzilla? I mean, why not? I mean, Mecha Ghidorah. Like, why not?
Because in the original, Mega Ghidorah was like thousands of years to the future, so it doesn't make sense to build it now.
All right, Grant. Final thoughts.
Fucking sucks.
It sucks. It sucks. And it's a shame that this franchise could have been really good, but they decided to fuck it up. Anything else?
I waited 3 goddamn years for this movie.
It was actually 5.
5 years, really?
Godzilla was 2014. King Kong was 2017.
Okay, 3 after Kong, 5 after Godzilla 2014.
No,
but I waited
two after Kong, 5 after Godzilla 2014.
whatever numbers.
Yeah.
The fact is, I waited a long time for this movie because I was a fan of 2014 Godzilla, despite its flaws. I was a fan of Kong, despite its flaws. I was really pumped for this movie.
It's sad to say a Kong movie is better than a Godzilla movie.
And the Kong movie was better. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The King Kong movie has been the best one out of the 3 so far.
Yeah.
And that one has Brie Larson in it.
And even then, it's still not very good.
I wanted to like this movie, man. I wanted to get into it. I wanted to just go in and say I loved it from beginning to end. But I can't. I just can't. I watched this movie and it's just tiring to watch.
Godzilla's better.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, it pisses me off on so many levels.
Yeah, so next time I'm picking the damn movies.
Oh, I can pick great movies for us.
No.
But next time...
You lost your next
time,
movie privilege,
next
mister.
time...
For
next
rejecting
time,
me to this and then almost falling asleep halfway through.
I didn't.
I'm picking the next damn
No,
movie.
I didn't almost fall asleep. You just... Your eyes don't work, I guess. Anyways, next time we will have... Regardless of who picks it, it will be a good movie.
Yes, we're watching
a bad
something
one.
better next time.
Yeah.
Highlander.
I don't know. Do you want to watch Highlander, Grant?
Highlander's fucking badass.
You haven't seen the first Highlander, have you?
Yeah, but like, I'm not... I don't know.
That's fine.
We'll get
see.
to it eventually.
It's like-
We'll get to... I'm sure we'll get to every movie eventually.
Yeah, every movie ever.
Yes, every movie in existence.
Even ones that don't exist yet.
It's
Yes.
like Conan Barbarian on steroids.
Alright, that's the end. Blah, blah, blah. Intro. Have a good night.
You mean
I'm...
outro?
Give me my...
You mean outro?
Where's the fucking stop? Fuck.